I managed to build a life that I don't need to escape from living in Singapore at the age of 31 years old. I basically did it by finding a job that I could be happiest in, turning it into a game that I could have fun and not want to retire early like everyone else. So honestly, this is a topic that I'm quite passionate about, but one of the biggest things that I feel in life is your overall job happiness and satisfaction. So we spend so much of our day, right? Like sometimes 8, 10, 12 hours of our day just at our work or even just traveling to work. Everything add up together, more time is spent on the way to work and at work than actually being at home. So I really don't like it when people say that your job is just to make money, just to grind, and then you just do what you have to do what you don't want to do, and also just discipline yourself and make sure that you can just get home on time, make sure that you're finishing your work, and you're just tolerating or maybe even hating a job that you don't like just for money, just to buy things that you don't need, and to show them to people who don't even care about you, right? I don't think that's the right way to live life. At least that's not the right way I want to live my life. But you do you. It really depends on what you want in your life. But I think the spiral comes a little bit is when a lot of people, they find a job that they're not suitable with, or they find a job they hate, right? And then because they hate the job, they want to retire or they want to escape from it very quickly, hence wanting to go towards retirement. And then they just think, oh, work is not for them, I don't want to work anymore. I'm not meant to do this kind of work, and I just want to retire, chill out, lay on the beach, drink some wine and stuff like that, and just overall chill out. But chances are it's more likely that you haven't found the work that you are suitable for, or you're appropriate for, or you really just enjoy, right? I like this phrase by Gary Vee where he talks about it's a bit like tasting things and trying out food. You don't know what kind of food that you like, when you're born and you go out there and start out life, right? You need to try different kinds of food, like Western food, Japanese food, Chinese food, Asian food, whatever it is, you need to try them out. And oh yes, and if you guys want to be updated on when I upload my YouTube videos, sometimes I post about my investings, my option trades, and also just my general life itself, you can join my Telegram group right here, down in the description box, or in the comment section down below. I'll be pinning it up, so you guys definitely can watch out for that. My favorite is of course Western food and Japanese food, right? That's why you see me going to Japan so often. But with that being said, you need to taste all these kind of foods before you realize what kind of food that you actually enjoy. And I think the job is the same thing. You need to try all these different things. I tried physio, I tried doing day trading, which kind of ruined my life, but also is why I'm successful in my career right now as well. I also tried YouTube. I also tried YouTube. I did all these things because of my YouTube channel. I went out to meet others. I went to networking events. I went to so many things just because of my YouTube channel. And this is just my version of tasting things, right? And only when you taste these things, then you realize what you actually enjoy, what you don't. So when I was in my physio job, I was earning a small amount of salary, $2,800 for those of you who are curious or interested. But I basically felt like, I was very envious of people who can, work from home. I can just play games all the time, just chill, wake up at maybe 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and really just not do any work. That's my version of people who are working from home. If you are working from home, you're actually doing work, good for you, yeah? But I wanted a work from home kind of job, and that's where I jumped into day trading, right? And then I realized every single day I was day trading, and I was just looking at the charts, looking at the computer, and I was just spending hours on the computer. And I realized that I really hated my life then, because it was, even though, partially because I couldn't make money, right? If I could make money, maybe everything was different. The story changes quite a bit when things are making money for you. But I wasn't making money, but at the same time I realized that that job was very unsuitable for my personality. So you guys can probably feel that I'm quite extroverted. I like to talk, I like to see people, I like to interact with people. Too much people I can't handle. So in my physio job, sometimes it gets quite tiring as well. If I see like 8 to 10 people a day, I get really burnt out at the end of the day. I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to socialize, I don't want to meet any friends anymore. But a good amount of time and energy, I do like to talk to people and interact with people at the same time. So then I realized that the incompatibility of just having to sit at a desk is not something I would ever want to do, and it's partially the reason why I became a physio. I didn't want to sit at a desk job at the beginning, and that reminded me to finding a job that was suitable for my own personality. Because even if you paid me 10k, 20k, 30k to do a desk job, maybe I might be able to do it for a while because it pays so well, but ultimately I'll still just come to the same conclusion of not really liking it and just quitting it entirely, right? And of course, I think this is what we learned from school. I always wanted to find a job that paid me the highest amount of salary, and then that's it, right? I didn't think about anything else. But moving forward, after having a couple of jobs and also trying day trading, trying YouTube, then I had a couple of these kind of criteria that came up with when I was looking for jobs. And maybe you want to use this for yourself as well. So number one is, of course, the money needs to be satisfactory. So you need to be paid a decent amount of money that you can live your life. You don't have to worry about your future. There's job progressions and stuff like that going on as well. But basically, you are adequate and you are comfortable in life, right? And I think let's not kid ourselves. Money is one of the most important things. So you must prioritize that as well. Second thing that I prioritize is having a job that I really have fun and I can enjoy myself. So my physio job, I enjoy myself because I'm talking to my patients, I'm helping them, and I'm getting fulfillment out of it. So that's my second criteria. I think it's really, really important as well. The last criteria is actually I want the environment to be a conducive, a happy, a positive environment where my bosses, my colleagues, people that I'm seeing every day, people I actually like, right? People who are not toxic. So that was one of my biggest criteria. So I think as I'm looking for jobs in the future, if I look for jobs in the future, right, I'm not quitting, don't get me wrong, I will look for all these three criteria in place and also make sure that once these three criteria are in place, then I will be, more suitable for the job. But otherwise, it's not just about the money anymore. It's still a big part, but I've graduated to really take into account other areas that can make my work a little bit happier, more sustainable, and I can do it for the long term, right? But as we're talking about the topic, you probably have this question in your mind. Wow, Shankai, what if I have responsibilities at home? I have kids depending on me, I have children, I have parents to feed and stuff like that, and we all have responsibilities. I cannot just quit my job and just find another job just because I don't like this job and it doesn't fit all the three criteria that you just mentioned, right? Yeah, I hear you. I'm totally fine with that, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm just telling you to maybe look out for these things when you're finding your job. So if you're in that scenario, then what happens, right? Then you got to find a way to make sure that you can keep your job so that you can pay for all your, family members and stuff like that. But at the same time, I learned this from Ali Abdaal's book called Feel Good Productivity. How can you do things to make your job a little bit more fun and happier, almost like a quest and you're playing a game, right? And he used this example in the book where there was this guy, I think he was working at I can't remember which fast food chain it was, but maybe let's just take it as McDonald's. And he was just working at McDonald's at a drive-thru, right? And he's just the one taking orders. So it's very, very routine. Hi, how can I help you? What kind of orders that you want? This. Okay, sir, your order is done, and you can just kind of collect it. And it was very, very routine, and you can almost, just hearing about it, you can already feel how boring it is, right? And what he did was that he started to give himself side quests to really enjoy the day so that he wouldn't be dreading his shift. So some things that they mentioned, or rather he mentioned in the book, was that he started to give himself quests like how many chili packets or ketchup or barbecue packets that he could sell the customers, right? So almost like every customer that comes, he will be like, oh, sir, do you want to buy this barbecue packet? And then, as usual, a customer is like, no, it's okay, don't upsell me. And then he's like, oh, that's what the previous customer said, and he regretted not buying it the last time when he came back. Things like that he's just having fun, enjoying himself, and just finding ways to make his job a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fun as well. And I think with anything we do in life, we can gamify things. So there's certain things in my physio life as well that I don't really enjoy. And sometimes when I'm doing them, let's say for example administrative work, I don't really enjoy that, and one easy way I can do it, I just pop in my headphones, I play some music that's upbeat, that's positive, that's fun and happy, Yoasobi, Mrs. Green Apple, all the J-pop and stuff, and I just have a bit more fun doing the the administrative work, and I don't dread it so much, right? Some days where I really have a lot of patience, I give myself this quest where, okay, I'm gonna see how many people I can actually treat and how many people I can make them better in that day itself. So it's almost like a quest. I'm playing a game. I'm very excited to go, and I'm gonna beat myself and beat my high score. Yes, I got this person better. Yes, I got this person better. Oh damn it, I couldn't get this person better. Like things like that to make it fun and almost like a game. Because if you're just gonna dread every single day and sacrifice your life doing your work, then I don't quite know what you're living for in life. And of course, I think maybe I'm saying this from a position of not having any dependence or responsibilities as of yet, and it's easy for me to say these things, right? But I really, really treasure my freedom, and having the ultimate freedom in life is being able to do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do, right? And I think that's really, really important, thinking about how you can gamify and make your job or life a little bit more fun so that you can enjoy yourself as you're doing it, right? Enjoy the process. People always say to enjoy the process. This is the concrete way, an objective way to enjoy the process. How can you make things a little bit more tolerable, a little bit more fun as you're doing it, right? And that brings us to our third point, which is how to make the job more optional. This is something that I found for myself that is really, really good, which is why I started on my YouTube channel, my side hustles, my day trading, my investing, my options trading, and all these kind of things, right? All these things were meant to earn income apart from my day job. So the context is my physio job pays really, really well, very, very decent. I can get maybe a 5-figure salary every month, and but the only problem is if so much income comes from the job itself, number one, I will have the fear where what if I lose this job? What if I get injured somewhere and I'm not able to work anymore? Then what happens to this income, right? It will just stop. Number two is that I will feel more compelled to do things in my physio job that I otherwise wouldn't do if I had the choice, right? Because maybe I didn't like to do something in physio, or I didn't like a particular interaction with any of my bosses or colleagues or something like that, and I wanted to quit, right? Just for example. Then I'll feel like, oh no, there's so much money coming from this job, I need to stay because of the money. And I really don't like that kind of feeling when you are made to do things just because of the money. And that's why I talk so much about the whole saving, investing, all these kind of things. Like, sometimes it's fun, and I really enjoy the thrill of making money. I think funnily, I enjoy the thrill of making money more than actually making the money itself, because when I make the money, I don't feel much. But when I am, in the process of learning and trying to find ways to earn more money, that part's interesting. That the thinking part, the strategizing, the creative part, that part's really fun. And earning all that money, sometimes I think to this day I can say that my options trading and my investing portfolio can sometimes earn maybe double of my expenses every single month. So that makes my job optional, like anytime if I want to quit my job, I can do it. Not that I need to quit my job, but just the freedom or the feeling. The feeling, suddenly I became so Asian. Just the freedom and the feeling of being able to just anytime walk away from your job is very, very freeing. And I think that's the place I want most of you guys to be in. Because it's not about quitting your job and traveling the world, idling around, doing nothing all day long, or rather trying to build progress towards a life that you love in the future. Trying to take these tiny steps along the way. And I think to make the job optional and trying to get alternate sources of income are going to be a very strong way to do that. And on the off chance that you guys get laid off, it's a very common topic nowadays, right? Every YouTuber out there is doing I got retrenched kind of video, I quit my job kind of thing, And if you get laid off, then you have no worries, you have no fear, because you have spent the time to build up all these alternate sources of income. Like, if I got laid off or I quit my job, then I can be a YouTuber, right? You're going to see me make these videos every other day. Or I can just do my investing, double down on my trading, or my options trading and stuff like that. And, I'll be fine. That kind of freedom and that kind of taking charge of your life, right? It's not something that can be replaced. And especially for those of you guys who have not had any responsibilities or dependence on you yet, right? This is the best time to really find all these things that you can invest your time in, invest your money in, so that you have leverage in the future. You have leverage over how you want to live your life and how you want to build the life that you love. But hopefully this video has helped you guys to get a better idea of how I'm building my life the way I love, and hopefully you can build the life that you don't want to escape from as well. It's not going to be a quick and easy thing. It's going to take many small steps to accomplish. And let me know how things go in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video here, then you'll probably enjoy this video here on how to invest on the Longbridge Singapore app for beginners. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day as usual, and I'll see you guys in the next few videos. Bye bye.